And between all the tech trends that encourage innovation, how does the government turns all these talents into innovation and innovators that actually really serve the ecosystem ultimately?
Well, first of all, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy everyone is actually listening to the great things that MCIT is doing. And Doha is right, it's all about the people. And when you have this much talent and this much innovators, we need to create the platforms that support them. And this is what we are focusing on. As you can see, we have some of these platforms presented here for you to interact with and see. Some of them are the incubation programs where we actually believe in the idea and support you to prototype and create for you to reach your, to bring it to the market, to have the right market fit. And this is where not many incubators will take this risk on an idea stage. The ministry is doing that to support these innovators in that stage. Later on, we create another program, which is the TESMO Accelerator. But here, we're looking how can we actually address the market gap that we have from the international talent to come and solve our challenges in the Smart Country program, TESMO. And this is where we actually connect these entrepreneurs, these talent, these innovators with the ecosystem. You're actually having a direct seat with government officials, having the discussions for you to pitch your ideas and sell these opportunities. And here I'm not just talking about theories. This is actually implemented. We have success stories. We have great partnerships that resulted in amazing success. And this is what's happening today on ground. But again, we look at the full innovation cycle. So we talk about incubation, accelerating and scaling. And this is also what takes place in MCIT. But we also look at emerging technologies. There are a lot of things that are taking place. Technology is moving so fast. How can we adopt, but also have the right safe environments? We don't want to be behind. We also want to be a big enabler for that. So we have the innovation lab that has the AI sandbox, the XR sandbox, and we are also welcoming the other emerging technologies for us to test, pilot, and connect with the ecosystem. So we have strong industry partners. We are connected with academia. We are connected with all the government stakeholders that have a lot of challenges that they have shared with us. And one of the ways for us to solve these challenges and bring the right services to the people is actually connecting these talents with them. So this is the platforms that we have that does that. And I think there are more things that we can share, but I'll give opportunity for Faraj.
Yeah, let me just end with this question with you, Iman, about the innovation for people. What do you think Qatar really has to offer that is unique for the innovators and founders in this room, in this event, that they cannot find anywhere else?
Well, I'm glad that you asked this question. And I guess you are living the experience here in Doha. I think Qatar is a small geography. However, we're very interconnected as a country. And I think this is the magic of Doha. And the way that we view Qatar, it's a sandbox for you to test, pilot, and see it as an enabler for you to actually say, I have a true validation in the region. And this is what Qatar provides as a platform. We actually have one of the strongest connectivity, the strongest infrastructure to enable you to succeed and have access to that. And I'll give you a few numbers of what we have achieved. So when you're talking about the TESMO Accelerator, we have facilitated over 150 sales for our sale opportunities to our startups. And this resulted to 670 million total value of sales within Doha. And this is alone in Qatar. And I guess the potential is much more, and there are more opportunities for you to grow in this market and even reach the neighboring countries by proving how you can succeed in a country like Qatar. And I invite you all to see our programs, to see what we are doing and how we can enable this talent, these innovations with the ambitious digital agenda roadmap that we have.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Iman. Faraj, Director of Digital Economy. So, with the numbers that we talk about here and with the pipeline of talents getting upskilled and trained, getting into the innovation ecosystem with an intention to have a positive impact on themselves from an economic perspective and on the society overall. So how does Qatar, you think, ensure that these investments in digital skills and innovation translates into sustainable economic growth and internationally scalable digital businesses ultimately?
Yes, thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. It's all about jobs for us. So the talent pipeline, the technology pilots, the innovation pipeline, all of that will translate into economic output and number of jobs. So the Digital Agenda 2030 outlines three clear objectives. One is 25,000 additional jobs in the ICT market. Secondly, we have a target of 7.8% CAGR by 2030, which translates into 4% of non-hydrocarbon GDP by 2030, and that's equivalent to 40 billion Qatari riyals. And finally, we have a target of 10% of the workforce to have advanced ICT skills. So our economic outputs are linked to people and as well as economic input. The NDSA 3, for example, has a target of achieving 1.5% of expenditure on R&D of the GDP by 2030, and that's a huge ambition. It's a double of what Qatar spends today on R&D, and we believe all of this input is today translated throughout the government's programs, policies. We were delighted yesterday to hear again the additional $2 billion that was allocated to the Fund of Funds program with the Qatar Investments Authority. And then we have also at the ministry, we've looked at the existing programs and like the IC, TASMO Accelerator, and so on. There were programs for startup companies, but there wasn't any program for supporting scale-up companies. So therefore, we started the Scale Now program, where today we have 30 companies that are. They were introduced through 3 cohorts as of now, and these 30 companies, they have managed to raise 40 million riyals, and they've doubled their revenue. They increased their revenues by 50% since joining the program, and they've raised more than 48 million riyals in rounding funds, funding rounds, just to close the circle as well, we're focused as well on helping the local SMEs transform our economy. We have a huge number, a major of our economy is made up of small and medium enterprises. So we're focused on driving the digital transformation for the small and medium businesses in Qatar. And by that, again, I'll go back to the economic output, 40 billion Qatari riyals by 2030 and 25,000 jobs by 2030.
Faraj, I think all what you have mentioned and all my colleagues, all what you have mentioned are really closing the circle that leads ultimately to the well-being of people utilizing and benefiting from the digital ecosystem, digital economy, digital society, and make them future ready. Let me close with this, with you, Faraj. What do you think that really makes Qatar an attractive base for technology investors looking to scale across the region? So using Qatar as a base to go to the region.
Multiple factors. I'll start by the geographic location. 60% of the world is 8 hours away from Qatar. We have Qatar Airways, the national carrier, can take you anywhere. The presence of the big national champions, the likes of QNB, Qatar Airways, Ooredoo, every single one of these national champions has a presence across more than 10 countries. So we do have the vehicles that can help you scale to different geographies. The quality of life, and finally, I would say, I would like to emphasize that we have a streamlined policies in place to support the life cycle of the entrepreneur since the moment they arrive. Yesterday we heard the 10 years residency program that the Prime Minister announced, all the way to helping them scale up their companies to new geographies. Basically, you have a government that's working as a partner with you in this journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Faraj. Thank you, Duha. Thank you, Iman, for your time. So with this, I would conclude that Qatar is not isn't just building a digital economy, but it's building a digital society powered by its people and enabled by innovation and measured by economic impact that reaches everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you a pleasant journey during these beautiful days at Web Summit Qatar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, have a look here, please.